Central Province is owed close to 400 million kina that is supposed to come from goods and services tax from the National Capital District Commission. The people of Central Province are to receive this GST but have never been receiving it. No other governor over the years pushed for Central to rightfully receive its share of the GST until Honorable Chief Robert Agarobe was elected governor. Some components of GST should come to Central Province so that we can develop infrastructure and services in the province.
If you look at, since I got in, we put in a smart central plan together. And that plan is to drive agriculture, tourism, and we complement with sports. And that plan is to involve 90% of our people in the provinces who live here. But 97% of all the land you see in the country belongs to you, doesn't belong to the state.
For a long time, the rightful custodians of Port Moresby City have been marginalized. They have become victims of harassments on the streets and have their own land taken away from them illegally.
We gave this very piece of land here so that this country could take the first step and gain independence. But you guys have been very, very unfair to me and my people.
The leaders believe Central have been pushed aside despite being the host province to the nation's capital.
Under Honorable Chief Robert Agarobe's leadership, the long overdue Provincial Lands Board was established to deal with Central Province land issues.
Done prior to independence, Golala MP William Sem says Central people have been denied their land rights and also robbed off from rightful resources built within the boundaries of the province.
We are putting the Lands Department on notice, including the Minister, on notice. Our committee here will review all agreements and ensure that whatever that needs to be done, we'll do. And we respectfully ask the department and the minister, please, whatever is rightfully ours, make sure we get what we want.
The petition will be presented to the state, followed by a peaceful protest march to Parliament.
And the petition, it was something I had to bring back in Parliament, using my parliamentary privileges, to get Parliament, the highest office of the land now, to deal with my people's issues. If you look at the three levels of government, the national government, the provincial government, and the local level government, we are the only legitimate provincial government here, not NCD. NCD is a municipal authority. They are not a legislative house. They don't make laws. They are not a government. The only rightful provincial government here is the central provincial government. So we want what rightfully belongs to us. We are also people. We also want to develop a province. Some component of the GST should come through Central Province so that we develop infrastructure and the services in the province so that the taxpayers in the city can also enjoy the province and the infrastructure that's built. That's why I said you can't change history. You have to accept history the way it is. And these are some of the amendments that we will be pushing in our private members' bill in Parliament in the coming sitting.
The debate on GST between Central Province and NCD was brought up again in Parliament today, this time through a private members' bill by Central Governor Robert Agarobe seeking Parliament support to make changes to the National Capital District Act.
Mr. Speaker, I present the National Capital District Commission Amendment Bill 2021.
His target was a 5% increase in GST collections from Port Moresby to 10%, now giving to Central Province 10%.
Mr. Speaker, over the years, my people have been reduced to almost nothing in terms of human dignity, where we walk around with fear and feel like strangers. My people are harassed, murdered, and raped on our own land and denied our human rights as enshrined in our mother law or our constitution.
As a first-time parliamentarian, Honorable Chief Robert Agarobe has been very vocal on the floor of Parliament, raising critical matters for Central Province. Most of them are legacy issues.
And so, my job when you elect me as MP, my number one job is to run the province. And I am a legislator, I am a lawmaker. That's the privilege you give me, not the PSIP and the DSIP. You give me the powers to change laws, amend laws, so that everything else that you want to do can flow. just like the NCDC Act that I passed in Parliament.
Honorable Chief Robert Agarobe's push to get the GST from NCD has received major endorsement from Prime Minister James Marape.
Prime Minister James Marape told Parliament it was fair to give back to Central Province, on which the city is now built.
Mr. Speaker, I could understand where Governor Agarobe is coming from. And I note there were attempts to make a central city, but for so long, they have been living in coexistence, as they have been since time immemorial. When there was no nation's capital before, there was one Port Moresby city. And that one Port Moresby city was a place when the rest of PNG come, but traditionally the central people, including the Motu Quetta.
He also highlighted the greater debate that exists in GST for provincial governments. Parliament voted 61-1 in the first reading, 54-7 in the second reading before being passed on the third.
Governor Agarobe said NCDC is therefore legally obliged to remit 10% of the GST revenues from the IRC each month to the central provincial government, and payments must be done without delay. The IRC Commissioner General Sam Koim has also welcomed the decision. He said IRC acted to slice the GST and pay directly because NCDC ceased paying the three subnational governments. Koim said now with the court order in place, NCDC should do what they have been doing in distributing to the three subnational governments whilst awaiting the court to settle this issue.